Hello, and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. Since our last update on Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, where we talked about how several states were stepping in with rescue funds to help their residents, a lot has changed. Two federal courts have now ordered the United States Department of Agriculture to release the emergency funds held in reserve, which total roughly $6 billion. In compliance with those rulings, the USDA confirmed in its filing to the courts that it will release about $4.65 billion to cover partial November benefits, equal to around 50% of the usual monthly household allotments. Despite a social media post from the head of this administration claiming that benefits would not be distributed until Democrats reopened the government, the USDA has formally acknowledged it will comply with court orders and has already issued guidance to every state agency to have their data and processing systems ready for distribution. The USDA requested that states follow their normal payment schedules, which generally fall between the 1st and 20th of each month. However, because states must now recalculate partial amounts and update older systems, many families may still experience delays that could last weeks or, in some states, even months. Current recipients should expect to see about half their typical SNAP benefit when their state completes the upload, while new applicants for November may face longer waits. In reference to only receiving half of the federal amount, some states are stepping in to help fill the gap. As we discussed before, several ranked highly for their willingness to create local safety nets for residents. For example, since I am an Ohioan, let's look at how Ohio is handling this situation. The state has announced $25 million to emergency funds, $7 million allocated to regional food banks, and $18 million directed toward direct assistance programs for families living at or below 50% of the poverty line. While that doesn't fully replace the lost federal portion, it can help households stretch resources by supplementing groceries and covering fresh items that EPT budgets can't currently meet. States with similar programs may be able to reduce the impact for their residents, though people will still need to watch very closely for when the federal payments are actually loaded. For families waiting on these funds, the best approach is to plan cautiously. Check your EPT amount frequently for updates from your state agency. Reach out to local food banks or relief programs if you're facing gaps. And keep an eye on both your state's SNAP website and USDA announcements for guidance. The process is far from perfect, but help is on the way, even if it arrives slower and smaller than expected. Today's sources come from Trump administration will partially fund November SNAP benefits, Politico. Trump administration to use emergency funds to pay partial food aid benefits, Reuters. Ohio governor orders $25 million to TANF funds to aid food bank and families. Ohio Journal. Ohio leaders announced plan for $25 million to food assistance to help families losing SNAP benefits. WOSU NPR News. USDA issue partial SNAP payments amid government shutdown. CBS News. Thank you for listening. Until next time, bye-bye for now.